Hey guys, it's Deb. I want to make a vintage tag, so I thought that I would share that with you. What I did here was I took one of these chipboard pieces that we get for $1, the whole bunch of them in a package from Michaels, and I put it down and I traced it, and then I wanted to make a long tag. So I made it longer. I cut it out, and then I rounded my corners so it matches the top. Okay, so because I don't want to make this 2 videos, I went ahead and I cut out my pieces of vintage. They're like bills. They look like bills or statements. And I'm just going to attach them with Mod Podge to my tag. The reason why I picked this for my background is because I found this lady. Actually, this is one of the ladies that was on the papers that I had ordered from Roseanne, Roxy Cartil. So when I was looking at her, I'm usually inspired by the picture. It's like when I find a focal fabric, I pull in other things that go with the focal fabric. Well, she was the focal point of the card, of the tag. So looking at her, I was like, she looks like a smart cookie. Like she's a businesswoman from the 20s and she knew what she was doing. So I picked out a whole bunch of background bills and a banknote and all these things that would apply to somebody back then, a woman, the new generation that was coming around, the women that started to vote. And so you get the idea, you get the drift, right? So then I just started picking things out of my stash, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna label it. I might just put vintage on it, the word vintage, or I might think of a name for her. So I'm just putting this stuff down. And I also managed, while I was picking things out, I found colors that go with what she's got on. Like this goes with the gold in her hat. Let me show you the gold in her hat. See the gold in her hat? So this goes with the gold in her hat. Then I love the color of her jacket, that turquoise color. So what I'm going to do is probably do some embossing with turquoise. And I'm not concerned that if I don't cover the whole tag, it doesn't matter because I'm going to be inking this up good. I'm not sure if I'm going to glue her down or I might use the pop dots on her to pop her out. And I know I'm going to put her here. I'm going to put the lace underneath her just to break up all these tags, these bills and statements. And then here I found a little thing that says banknote, because she looks like a businesswoman. She knows what she was doing. So I think I'm going to put my banknote. And what's nice about working with papers like this is if you don't like it, all you have to do is just cover it up. Just cover it up with more papers. Alright, so that's that. And then this I think I'm going to put down here and her picture over here. I had to give this a little thought because we only get the 10 minutes. And I want to at least show you the embossing. So we're going to put this here. Okay. Now my ribbon the lace I'll probably Glimmer Miss. But right now I just want to do the embossing. I'm going to use the Studio G. These are really, really cheap. I found them in a bin at Joann's, and I like them. Well, hopefully this color goes perfect with her jacket, and I hope. And I don't think I'm going to ink the whole thing because I don't want to waste this. But this goes perfect, this color, with her jacket. Okay. So I think I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to put it right here. And I have to stand up for this because my hands are very weak. Okay. And I don't think I really have as much on it as I wanted, but I can always go over it. So I'm just going to put some clear embossing powder. That's what happens when the inks dry out. Here, I'm putting it on. Yeah, I think that ink is way too, wasn't wet enough. Alright, so you know what I'm going to do? We got 4 minutes left. Here I am. Every video I do, I talk about the time. I'll probably never get used to that. I'm going to go and use just regular embossing powder. Right on top of this. I probably wasn't doing it enough. That's how weak I am. So let's see now. Put this on. Okay, it did cover pretty good. And this is just to, you know, break up some of the stuff that's going on in the background. I love watching it turn. It's so cool. Very, very cool. Okay, that's good. Enough of that noise. Okay, and this has to be glued down a little bit more. And I want to come in with some inks. I've got a lot of different inks here that I want to use. I'm going to start with the Vintage Photo. And I'm just going to get my mat dirty too. But I want the dark around the edges. And then once I get this, my edges done, I'll go in with a another color. So you could see some of the embossing here. Okay, I only have a little time left, but at least you got to see some of it. And this color down here, this color's already ruined. I had already put other inks on it, so that's why you're wondering why I didn't take a different color sponge. Okay, and just grunge it up, get it working there. So you want it to look antique-y. Okay, and then I'm not sure, you know, I might just leave this like this, or I could use the vintage on it, the Vintage Photo, and darken this up a little, just to give it a little color. There we go. And then I could put this down, just like that. And I'm running out of time, so, well, you got to see a little bit of it. And try making a tag. They're fun if you haven't experimented with tags yet. And we'll see you, don't forget Friday. I'll be posting that video on that layout. So pick out 3 colors that go, and you can join me with that when I make that. We're going to really grunge up this next layout that I do. Alright, so I'm going to glue that down. I don't think this is really holding. I'll have to use regular glue. And then we'll put her here. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it.